Good morning. Woo. Welcome to Writer's Right, where if you give me a little over an hour, we do two 25-minute writing sprints. How you guys doing? Let's see. I can see my little clock isn't up. Something to click on. There it is. Shazam. How are you guys doing? Hey, morning, Andrew. How are you? I'm still promoting Dead Mage Walking because I was lazy and didn't put anything else up. But I think your book is very worthy of a second week. Oh, man. How was your weekend? Yes, where we definitely attempt to make the words just flow right out of us onto the page. I'm all for that. Let's see, let me sign into chat. I had a good weekend. I finished my book! Yay! Oh, tired but well. Well, you work hard, my friend. I hope you get a little me time every once in a while, right? We need that. You like me being lazy to leave this in? It didn't cross my mind, and I didn't have anybody waiting in the wings, so it would have just been my book. So I'd rather be your book for a second week. I'll do better. I'll find something. I don't think Andrew, you don't mind, right? Yeah, thank you. Congrats on my book. Seeing as how I thought I had finished it like for probably 2 months now. I kept going, yeah, I'm finishing it this weekend. No, it's actually done. I did start even listening to it to proof it, but I should complete even that this week and be able to get it off to my editor. I also completed more. I've got 3 episodes up now on my Kindle Vella story, so woot woot. So that's cool. Yeah. Some things are coming together. This always feels good. Oh, and I completed my first podcast, the scary one. Oh no, someone's calling me. Let's see if it's urgent or spam. I do not know the number. So, good. It was a good week. You hung up on a customer twice? On purpose? Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Is the customer having a good laugh about it? How many customer calls do you get? Well, I guess it shows that it's a good thing you don't work the phones. Cool. Thanks, Andrew. Well, yeah, so that leaves me with today. What do I start working on? There's so much. Actually, I need to focus on my pitch stuff and we need to finish that this week for that big project that I can't talk about. That is the goal. It's on my laptop somewhere. I'll find it. All right. Let's see. Yeah, our music is relaxed music meditation. I will plug that in. Oh, they hung up on you. That's usually a bad sign too, right? Let's see. I'm gonna get 25 minutes on this clock. I'm gonna get us writing because that's what we do best. Answering phones. Yeah, I've never done it for like where someone would be normally calling in to complain about or something like that. Because I'm assuming you were getting a complaint call. Oh, the Scary Podcast is a new podcast. It's a non-fiction, it's just a regular kind of podcast. I have a website that we've started called the iscarystory.com, and where we're blogging, and we just find these scary news stories and post links to them in the blog. But on the podcast, the show is us just talking about. I have different guest hosts, and we just talk about these spooky stories. And we actually go into the stories and make there's a whole experience to it. Anyway, I finished the first one, and that was the big learning curve to figure out how much we're going to sort of go into the story, and it's just us talking about these really spooky, awful, some quite awful things. But anyway, it'll be fun, and I'm excited about it. I think it'll be fun. It's something I'm doing with my son. So he's really into it. He's doing all the teaser trailers and stuff and finding all the stories, and I'm doing the podcast part. But right now we're in the mode of where we're just recording all these things. So I have like 3 different guest hosts. Wait, let's see. Both of them were crazy. What? Those are weird calls. Yes. Oh yeah, I will definitely link you. Well, I can link you to the podcast when it's out. So we want to be really regular. I've learned from my other podcasting when even I was doing the audio dramas, which I still do that, but that to me is kind of like a hobby. That where I'm testing my skills. This we're taking it very serious. Eventually I'd want it to have a sponsor and that kind of thing. So I will link it to you when it's up. Right now only the blog is up, and unless you just like to join and follow it, I can do that. But in the meantime, let's get writing, because that's what we're here for. You ready? I hope so. On your mark, get set, write. Our little steamer is coming up. That's pretty good. A customer said, did something come for me? I'm not going to give you my name. Morning, Sergio. How are you, my friend? Oh my gosh. Well, I guess you can't really complain to them, right? They'd just be like, all right, red day. Oh, I got to sign into this chat a second time. Oh no. I thought I was in. It fooled me. Yeah, it makes me do that again. Crazy. All right, this time it'll work. Now I can type. Let's see. Let's get writing. Yeah, I bet you might have some scary stories. Ours usually involve some kind of madness and mayhem and, mutilations or blood. Ghosts are good too. But it has to link, I try to almost link it always to a news story. We did do one just recently to a Reddit story, which you don't know if that's true, but it was just too good not to talk about. Anyway, let's see. Okay. Yeah, so that leaves me with not an easy to go to project. Oi. Yikes. So let's see what time I'm doing the math. Still got a few hours. 3 hours? That sounds to me like a long day, although it might not be that bad. It's just like to have to get up at 4 a.m. Yeah, hang in there, man. I'm like stiff today, and I really don't know what I did. Well, swimming kind of makes my muscles go. I'm glad you don't have too many horror stories. Oh my gosh. Yikes. Um, hmm. Maybe I can feature it. Yep. Oops. It's amazing how many stories there are. I mean, it's scary how many bad, weird, you don't, we're trying to do more current ones, but if we have to go back a little, it's okay. Oh, okay, here's what I'm going to work on. My pitch sheets. Okay. All right. Focusing. Let's get some work done, people. It's mostly about me. I'm the one that delays the longest. Later today, it'll be listening and editing the whole book. How many chapters did it turn out to be? I don't know. Let's see. 11. Turned out to be 11. It's good length for those books. Oh, so that's a normal length day, huh? Alright, do you always have to go in that early, though? Because, I mean, if you have to be there at 4, that means you've got to get up at least by 3, probably earlier, depending on drive time, although your drive time should be pretty good. I'm thinking not too many people are on the road. Ay, ay, ay. Coffee. You might need that at this point of the day, of your day, to kick it up. Oh, cool. Yeah, you jumped into your screenplay? I hope that's going well. Okay. What am I doing? What do I want to do? Question. Oh, no, yeah, not that one. Yeah, not that one. Alright, this is the one. I did get lucky with my story. I contacted a local library for this story I'm working on, the true life story, and they were able to give me access to their archives, and they had also done a little search for me on the main subject of my story, and they had found several good news articles about this guy, so that was cool. So I had access to that, and that's the kind of stuff you really want. So you get the true life, true stuff correct. You see, I mean, you always have to bend it because most life stories, the true life stories, they often happen over a wider period of time than you would cover in a movie. You know, the movie, even if it's a limited run TV series, you've got to condense it all, because it can't be like, okay, here we are, and then a year later, and then another year later. You know, you got to push it all together. That's where I think most true life stories take liberties, but they also do take liberties for dramatic effect. So you're adding a character just to serve some plot issue and one point of your story? Well, I mean, if all your beta readers agreed, yeah, I would think that'd be really hard. I have a problem. Well, so in screenwriting, because that's sort of where I really come from, I mean, you would never do that. It depends. I guess it depends, right? there has to be a reason why this person came in and leaves at that point, because it's really strange for an audience, even a reading audience, to just say who was. I mean, there has to be a context, which I'm assuming there probably is a context for how this person can just jump in and out of the story. Oh, well, it's still you. I mean, how many people we're talking about? We're not talking about 50 people agreed. But I guess if it was like 5, you might. Well, good. Sergio, that's great to have someone that can give you some plot points to consider. That's good. Especially in the beginning. Yeah, Andrew, it does sound to me like it feels like you have to go back and rewrite when you've gotten past that point. 8. Well, okay. I trust your 8. Andrew's 8. Just be careful. Yeah, seems worth it. If there's just a way to, I really hate it when one character pops into the story. I'm having that problem, and that's something I'm looking for doing my edit of the Cozy Mystery book, is that I do have some suspects that pop in. I mean, they're mentioned, you see something about them that's a little suspicious, and then it's almost like they've written them off as not a suspect, and then they're gone from the story. And I don't even make this one character come back at the end. So that's one of those things that I'm going to have to put them back in some way, because it's really strange to never see them again, especially since all my characters are in a contained location. So you probably don't have that. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Well, that makes more sense. Sorry. It's not fun to get that kind of note and have everyone agree. Yeah. So basically, you're doing what I'm talking about. I need to extend one. I know I have to extend one of my characters. So it's something I'm looking for in the edit. It's not a lot. It's just like, because my book's so short, but they can't just disappear from the story. Although they have a very good reason not to be in this story, because it's like the engineer of a train. So they're up doing engineered stuff, right? They're not walking around the train, but I do need to see the character once more. Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you had part of it done that you now have to play with again. That's not fun. I gotta get some dates for this. It was 1980 something, question mark. Sounds fair. So see, you're my person of one that agrees with me. I do not have 8 beta readers. Let's see how many people. Actually, this book I took all the way. Took it all the way through my critique group. That's a first. They usually get half a book, and then it's because we used to not meet as regularly as we do now. Thanks to COVID, we meet quite every 2 weeks, pretty much. Pretty much. Let's see, where did I keep all that data? I took notes. Oh. I'm losing my gels. I got these new lights, so I have all these different gels now, a whole bunch of colors. The ones I'm using here are a white and a, what do you call it? Orangey, peachy. But when I do my other podcasting, The Scary, I do these colors. Because we record in sound and audio, audio is sound. We record in video and audio, and the video part is for my son who does all the video editing, and he wants those gels because I don't know, they give him the right kind of contrast, so that when he puts it in a program, he has a lot more choices of what he can do. Formatting. Oh, that was that formatting too. Where are my notes? So that's going to be on my agenda this week. I have paperwork. Do you guys do that? Do you have like paperwork everywhere? I mean, I have all these notebooks of stuff, and I just put this. I could just go through any one of my projects. It could be in one book. That's why I started a new thing where I found, classroom one subject binders. Not this kind. They're all downstairs. I got like 10 of them, so each one can just be for one project. So everything will be in one place. Oh, yeah. And then I can rip pages out. That's always fun. Yeah, I don't think that's my problem. That was a note for my rewrite. My edit, I mean. But I don't know where... Oh! That's some good... I found some really good notes about podcasting. This is when I went to the podcasting expo just before the pandemic hit last year. Oh, these are really good. Podcast to-do list? Okay. Alright, and then I get into that. Alright, so that's not the one I need. I don't know where that is. I'm gonna have to make a search for it, because I transcribed some of the most important information, I thought. Maybe not. Okay. I gotta find it there. Oh, what's our timer? Still got time. Let's see. I don't think I did screen grabs. Oh, I remember. I read them on my phone. Oh, you have so many notebooks too? Oh, you have 30 unused ones. So is that working? Is it worth me doing that? I figured oops, sorry, I keep hitting my table. I keep just wanting to grab the one I whatever's handy and write something in it. But I think if I had this is the one just for my, I'm going to do book 5 of my Cozy Mystery series eventually. I am taking a little break from it to complete some other projects, but let's see if I can find these notes. I need this for what I'm trying to do. Oh, here they are. Oh, groovy, here they are. Some of the articles, the news articles, so I can read them. They had some really good facts, and you gotta think their dates would be right. That's very true, Sergio. You shouldn't. My feeling is, if it really means that much to you to name a song in a script, Andrew, I think I would be just like you with it when it comes to my notebooks. We'll see. I'll compare notes with you on how that went. But Sergio, yeah, you're not supposed to. You could say it's a song like this if you really felt that's necessary. So many times when a song is mentioned, it's just the screenwriter trying to set the tone or something. And the thing is, that means money. Anytime there's a song and it's a really popular song, you don't know how much it costs to license that music. So for a producer, it's if you just see a script that's heavy with, oh, this song, that song, for one thing, the producer thinks it's expensive. Probably, they have to use some music, but I don't know. They could think if it's, I forget who, there's some very expensive music that you could license as opposed to others. And then other people read it going, that's not really the screenwriter's job. Designing the music is someone's job. Like they do that for a living. So that's who they want designing the music. So to me, if it's integral to your story, like I really can't see how any one song would be. But if your movie's based on something about the song that triggers somebody to doing something, I don't want to lock in what it is. That to me is why you add in any element like that. That's why you say that they wore a red baseball cap. Like that matters in your plotting. So when you add in music, it would have to be the same thing. Although I would normally say, just don't do it. Have it in your head. When somebody options it, you can go, oh, by the way, I had some music in mind while I was writing this. Would you care to know? But just for spec scripts, there's a lot more leeway if you're involved in the project already. If you are the writer-director, boy, those guys could take liberties. Even a writer-producer can think like that. So, not that I'm saying you need to be a slash something, right? But I have gone over to producing, so writing, producing, so you got a little more say. All right, let's see what this tells me. Team, Okay, this is the right. Ooh. I emailed them. I didn't even make any notes, and I thought I did. All right. This is really hard. I haven't had to do a pitch list like this. It's really for me and my partner to be on the same page. You're welcome, Sergio. Let's see. A couple more minutes. What more can we eke out with our writing? All right. See, they're doing it. Exercise. I need more. Or less. I don't know what it is. Hey, listen to our steam. Our water is boiling. How do I stop it? Oh, something comes up here. Ah. Do you like our little steamer? I like this timer. Except that you have to click on it 25 times to get it to your 25 minutes. But, you know, hey. How'd you guys do? I let my coffee go cold. Luckily, I have more. Oops, I'm blocking myself. Green Mountain Coffee, breakfast blend. But, of course, the second one of the morning is decaf. But let's get it going so we can have something yummy. Have some little ASMR sound, coffee sounds here. Is that my new slogan? My new catchphrase? Enjoy the sound of steam while listening to our stream. I love it! And now you'll hear this kind of steam, our coffee steam. I don't know how good that comes through with my music. But this is our little barista. Okay, I'm going to open up all these news articles. I found so many good ones. Where's that? Oh, that's something else. All right. I was like opening more. It's really nice that you can email people that have no clue who you are, and you can ask them for help, and they help you. Libraries are really good that way, though. I also emailed a a newspaper source. So back when my story happened, there of course were several newspapers, but they've all like kind of consolidated into one. So they have all the archives. So that was cool. That person even responded to me and said, yeah, we don't have anything, and they recommended going to the library, but I'd already done that. Let's see. I do like that as the little logo. I should put that somewhere. I'll make a note of it. Oh, there it is. My coffee. I can't smell it yet. Anyway, Monday. You guys got anything planned this week? Things happening? Something fun? To me, it's just a normal week. I'm kind of excited about so many of my projects, sort of something happening. This is, because I have to say that, let's see, March? Yeah, March was last month. March was a bust as far as completing anything, but obviously it was quite important as a means to getting to completion. And I think mostly what I am learning is to just chillax a little bit, tell myself to chillax a little bit, that you're putting in the time, you will get the results. They might not happen as fast as you want them to, but they will happen. Hey, Allison. Yes, I do. My background is screenwriting. That's what I mostly write. I have a writing producing partner he's based in LA. I'm in a suburb of LA. Haha, I call it. I'm in Las Vegas. But I used to go to LA all the time. So I definitely treated Vegas as a suburb. It's very easy to get there from here. Not a bad drive if you like driving, which I do. But yeah, and we just optioned life rights to a project that will be a movie. Really excited about that. So after a year of sitting on our hands doing nothing, well, actually we had one tiny little project. We actually wrote something for a theater group, which was a unique experience, but it was something to do during lockdown. we finally have something going. It's really cool. I'm very happy and pleased. But as that project develops, I can tell you more. But if you have any screenwriting questions, please ask them. I did a show, and it's on my YouTube channel, called Screenwriter's Beat, where it's at least me and 2 or 4 sometimes other people, and they're all still my friends, believe it or not. But we're all screenwriters at various levels of coming up in the business. So one of the things is that you, when you break into screenwriting, you kind of constantly have to keep breaking in. And we were all working in kind of more the indie level. And so we were talking, it's all about how you break in, you know, how it works, because most of the stuff out there is really about A-level screenwriters. And my thing was I wanted some advice out there for people like me that, you know, we're just struggling to get agents or managers, which is really what you should try to do instead of an agent. But we talk about all of that. Oh, I guess it's here. Oh, that tastes so good. Coffee is my happy place. Oh, I should change that. I need a new something. Coffee is my happy place. Oh, coffee is my happy writing place. That's what I'm going to change it to. Or suggestions. I could put that streaming in there. But anyway, Screenwriter's Beat. It's on my... and I also have a website I started called Screenwriter's Daily Dose. So it has a lot of information, and it has a section that's kind of private, meaning that you have to sign up for it. And I talk a lot about pitching. And, you know, we did it quite a few years ago now, but the core stuff we talk about is still very relevant, you know, especially about some of the specifics. We don't really do much teaching in the sense of, but we do pass along our information, you know, what we've learned about screenwriting. So we do a really good one on outlining and also log lines, those kind of things, and just the biz. So running a tabletop game tonight. Oh, all right. You checking out Buttman? Let's see. Oh, that's like this week. 11 days left. I remember when you just like seemed to have forever. All right. Are you getting a little nervous? 11 days left? You can do it. I know you just had a tiny setback in editing, but you can do it, Andrew. I believe in you. All right. Let's get everyone writing again. We ready for this? On your mark. Get set. Right. We're sprinting our second writing sprint of the morning or the day, depending where you're at. It's morning for me. Oh, okay. I didn't spill, but I had paper towel just in case. Oh. You know, at the end of these sprints, I end up usually with 2 coffees that are half full, and I blend them, so I get a new one that I nuke. It's all part of my evil plan. All right. I think these are the ones. Oh. I think these are the ones. Yeah, these are the ones. Where's the 4th one? There it is. It's so fun reading old news articles, I'll tell you that. Especially, you know, what's great about newspapers is they give you the facts, man, and they give you a lot of facts. You're like, groovy. You know, if you're a child of the 70s, you say groovy. Oh, good. Oh, that's fantastic, Andrew. I'm glad you're feeling good with your rewrite. And I agree. You've got this. Well, you know, the thing is you planned very well for it. So, cool. Cool, man. In not too much time, you'll be able to be like me today, going, I finished it. Really, this weekend, it was kind of huge, and I didn't celebrate because, I don't know, you should celebrate these little successes as you go. I once had this teacher in screenwriting that believed that wholeheartedly. If you didn't celebrate the little successes, even if, like, his thing was, he's a screenwriting guy, he, you know, a lot of people I know, we option scripts all the time. And nothing ever happens. People will option scripts for like $1. Sometimes you make a little money on it, but most options don't, at a certain level, don't involve a lot of money. And so after you've optioned a few, you aren't so excited when you option a new one. But his feeling was you should celebrate each one, because you don't know which one of those will launch you into another salary level, but other than $1. But yeah, I have several dollars on the wall. I can see 2 right over there. $1 options. Yeah, you don't want to be able to paper your walls, because of all those dollar options, let's see, I did have one movie made in Canada, and there was no money. It was really funny. I took it because I wanted to work with a director and get that experience, because there's one thing about learning your craft, and then it's a whole new education when you actually work with someone to turn that into a film, like when it goes into production. And this guy, I met him at a pitch festival, and we just hit it off, and he approached me to write his idea. And I was like, cool, I'll do that. And I worked with him, and it was very, 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 very low budget. It was so low budget. But the guy had his own equipment, like his own camera, and he was a director that operated his camera. And so it looked wonderful. I mean, the stuff he got, he filmed, he got 2 hot air balloons, and so he could film in one of these kids in another one. Yeah, it was called Good Kid, Bad Kid. I don't think you can find anything about it out there. And I remember he sent me some footage he'd shot, a couple of scenes. And the bad part, what he wasn't good at was finding good talent. Because, you know, I think he did pay his talent something. And I remember once he said to me that, oh, you know, if you needed like $1,000 or something, I could get you $1,000. And I was like, okay, let's do that. He never did it. I never was sent any money, but I really learned a lot, because he would just call me up and go, he would call me up and go, oh, I was talking to some distributors, and they said we really need an animal in it for a kid's movie. You need an animal. So I said, okay. And I knew he couldn't film much. I mean, I know enough about production, luckily, that to have an animal in a scene requires, you know, someone that can train this animal. Usually need a wrangler, and I knew he didn't have any of that ability. So I just had a dog that would just run out of the scene. It was pretty simple. And there was another point where he could run in. I don't know. I added him to 2 scenes, a dog that would just, you basically could have sat your dog there and called him off camera. And even that he decided was too hard eventually. So I had to take it out. Had to take out the dog. It was fun though. And then money. This is true. You have to me, that was the thing, is that you had to know why you were doing it, what you were getting out of it. Almost anything you do creatively, because it doesn't matter if you're an actor, a musician, a writer, obviously. People will ask you to work for free all the time. I mean, all along the chain. The only people that don't get asked to work for free are probably the guys in the union, the crew that, you know, do the filming, the grips, the gaffers, those guys. They probably do to some extent, but people mostly believe in paying them because you have to if you use someone in the union. But everybody else will be asked to work for free. So you have to know why you're doing it. And experience is huge. And working with people that are working is also huge, because they'll call on you again. So you just have to know what you're doing it for, because at some point it can be that's all you do. You know, I've been in the screenwriting business for a long time now, and sadly, I've made money along the way, but not enough for me to call it a living. Luckily I have a husband. And he feels that my big day, my big paycheck will come in. So fingers crossed. I do have a good project right now, and as you go, you do have to see progression in all those things that you're doing. Otherwise, it's just a really, really fun hobby. Oh my gosh. It's true. That's a really great point, Andrew. I agree. I don't even know. I wouldn't even know the writer I was 10 years ago. And definitely not the screenwriter. To me, the biggest thing that I recall about screenwriting, because I don't have the same feeling with writing books for some reason, but I felt like when I came into screenwriting, I didn't understand how you wrote a script. I mean, you think you understand because you've watched movies and TV shows all your life, but there's a lot of mechanical elements of screenwriting, and since you're so limited in how you can present it, to me that was the hardest part. Like, I never thought I felt like there was so much to learn that I constantly had to go back to a reference and go, what am I supposed to do? Oh, yeah. Oh, have I done that? And I was really waiting for that time when it actually clicked and I knew it. I didn't have to go check on it, and it happens. It happens. I'm with you on that. Outlining to me is the key. It's the key to, if you want to learn to write fast. If you just wallow around writing, I don't know how people, I know people that can do that, and I think it's rare, and I think it's because they have really good brains that can outline in their head. But when it comes to screenwriting especially, maybe not book writing, you can sit down and just, because you know some story so well, maybe you've had it in your head for so many years, you can write a really good script. Oh, what is my timer doing? I think it's gonna jump. I have this issue. I didn't pause it. It's not untiming. Untiming? Hey man, what's going on? Hopefully I just noticed it. Anyway, I can clock it on the real clock. I do keep a sense of... I forgot what I was saying. Sorry. I'm sure I was making a really good point. And then I noticed the clock wasn't ticking off the minutes or the seconds. I think it's right, because I spoke a little long. I think it's close. It's close. Oh, sure, definitely, of course. That's to me what I meant by writing fast. It saves you going down that road and writing it because you're thinking it through. But mostly for screenwriting, if you want to have a career as a screenwriter, you need to know how to outline. It's just that simple, because nobody is going to, most people aren't going to ask you to go off and write a script and come back a few months later and just hope you got it right. You're going to have to outline first and get an outline approved. Most writing assignments are writing assignments in screenwriting. They aren't, people just don't go around and buy spec scripts all the time. It happens. I mean, there is a segment but it's less, it's smaller. Most producers and directors know exactly what kind of movie they want. And so think about the odds of them just randomly being able to find that movie. So what they do try to do is find a writer that writes well, and then they work with them. That's what happens most of the time. But I do love it to hear when spec screen sales happen, because, that's the dream, that you could just sit in your room and write a bunch of scripts and give them to an agent or manager who goes out there and sells them. But that's how it works with books, right? That's not how it works with most screenplays. They like to develop them in-house, which means they need a writer that they bring in. All right. I have 5 really good articles, so these should have all the information I need to pitch this story to some money people. See, this is screenwriting. It's producing too. Sorry. But this is how it works, how it happens. You chase a good story, good life rights for over a year. You get them, and then you have to get somebody interested in giving you money to make it. Is the clock working? That's working. I don't know why it stops. I have to test it more. All right. That's the fact I need. Do. I hate it when spell check changes a word that you know is right. Oh, that's probably not spelled that way. There we go. I was copying it from the newspaper article. They spelled a word wrong. Shocker! There's the date I wanted. Thank you, newspaper article. Oh, bye, Sergio. Thanks for popping in. Glad you could visit. Allison, you want to see what I'm writing? Sorry. I write mine, you write yours. I don't know how anyone could write and have someone reading it. I honestly, I would tell anyone, you need to protect your writing. You shouldn't share it until it's ready to be consumed in whatever form it's supposed to be consumed at. Let's see, I'm trying to think. Is there anything of mine out there that you could see? Well, you could go to my audio drama podcast and listen to that. That definitely has some of my story out there, something I've written. I also write as Anne Audrey. If you want to read something I've written, let's see. I'll put it here. Anne Audrey on Amazon. The first book in my Cozy Mystery series is called Exercise. It's called Fit Girls. Exercise is Murder. There. You can find that on Amazon if you want to read my writing. I appreciate that. Thanks. Yeah, but I was assuming you sort of meant here. I did find a guy once on Twitch who was writing and he showed his screen, and people were kind of commenting, and he'd stop and ask people questions and actually talk to him a bit through the chat like you guys do. Well, right now I'm actually writing a pitch sheet because for the movie, it might be a limited run series. We haven't decided. We're just gleaning all that information from different sources to see what we have. You have to pitch it as one or the other, but we're just getting together the biggest. I'm just trying to find the biggest pitching points so we can interest some people that have money in our project, because we don't just write our stuff, we also produce it. So there's that. So I'm writing that, and then I have the book series Fit Girls, which is they're short reads, but they are complete mysteries. And if you know Cozy Mysteries at all, they're just sort of fun. And I just finished the 4th book in that series, so I'm going to put that out soon. And it's because the books are short, they're all Kindle. So I am going to publish the first 4 books, which complete a very minimal quadrilogy. There's something that happens in book 1 that the character comes back in book 4. So I'm going to publish those 4 books together as a paperback. So that should happen maybe within a week or so, that book 4 will be out in Kindle. I'm not sure how long it'll take me to format the 4 books together, but that should be out in probably 2 weeks. So I got that going on. That's sort of the only stuff that I know that you could really check out. But I appreciate you asking. But I will be writing a script soon. I love script writing. It's they're both fun in their own ways, writing books or scripts, because you can do something in some of them that you can't do in the others. So it's very freeing when you get to shift between them and go, oh, I finally get to write in the character's mind and tell you what they're thinking. That's what I do in my books all the time. But you can't do that in screenplays. It's all about the dialogue. Oh, our time is almost up. Yeah, I went a little over. I always go a little over. What's with that? I talk too much. But I have myself set for the day now. I just have too many points. Let's see, right now I have, oh my gosh. OMG. Ah, timer! It's sizzling! Oh, go this way. I'm gonna steam my face. All right. Thank you very much, timer. If I can turn you off. Yay. Oh my gosh, we did it again. I hope you guys got in some good writing time. Yeah, I was saying I have like I think I sort of spaced it. I have at least 36 pitch points. That's way too many. Yeah, I'm trying to find out all the important parts of the story, and we kind of need to narrow them down to probably 5. I think I'm gonna have to have a short list and a long list. That's probably what I'm gonna have to do. Yeah, interesting. We're gonna have to do a Zoom call, and my partner and I, we're gonna have to practice the pitch, how to pitch this. Pitching's a different beast. I mean, you have to know your story well enough if they ask you a question, but you also have to know how to keep it enticing so they can get passionate about it. And, you have to hook them into saying, yeah, I could see I could spend a couple years of my life working on that story. That's how long it takes with screenplays and movies in general. All right. Well, guys, thank you for popping in and saying hi in the chat. And I hope this will be a really great writing week for you. I am here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you want to join me again, I hope you do. And have a wonderful, happy day. We're off to a good start because we came here to write. See you next time.